Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Monday, July 4, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 360 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Atlanta Braves vs St. Louis Cardinals. Our team pick is Atlanta Braves for the win. And here is why. The St. Louis Cardinals trail the Milwaukee Brewers by just 1 game in the NL Central. There's a lot of baseball left to play, but as of today, the Cardinals would be the 3rd and final wild card team in the National League. The Cardinals have been one of the more balanced teams in baseball. They are 4th averaging 4.9 runs per game, 13th with 88 home runs, and 3rd with 57 stolen bases. The Atlanta Braves led the Reds 1-0 heading into the bottom of the 8th on Sunday, but the Reds took the lead with 3 runs in that inning. The Braves would tie things up with 2 runs in the top of the 9th, but the Reds would avoid the sweep with a walk-off single in the bottom half of the innings. The Cardinals have lost 4 out of the last 5 road starts made by Dakota Hudson this season. Hudson has also struggled with his command with 44 strikeouts against 36 walks in 80 innings this season. Atlanta has won 5 of the last starts made by Wright, including his last 3 home starts. I will take Atlanta here, as the Braves have also won 11 out of their last 14 home games, and the Cardinals have lost 13 of their last 18 road games against teams with a winning record. Our total pick is 8.5 runs, and here is why. The Cardinals are averaging 4.79 runs per game and 4.80 runs per game on the road. They average 3 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Braves. With Atlanta giving up 4.46 runs per game at home, the Cardinals will hit their average in this game. The Braves are averaging 4.11 runs per game and 4.46 runs per game at home. They averaged 7 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Cardinals. With St. Louis giving up 4.20 runs per game on the road, the Braves will score enough runs to push the score over the total. The Braves and Cardinals played over the total in 4 of their last 6 meetings. Cincinnati Reds vs New York Mets. Our team pick is Mets minus 1.5 runs. And here is why. New York was able to take advantage of a rare Braves loss on Sunday, as the pitching shut down Texas in the rubber game to push the Mets lead in the NL East to 3.5 games. Starling Marte got the Mets off to a good start with a solo shot in the bottom of the 1st, and they went up for good in the 4th when Jeff McNeil hit an RBI double before scoring on Eduardo Escobar's 2-run homer. Carlos Carrasco earned the win with 5.2 innings of 1-run ball, allowing 6 hits and 1 walk, while racking up 8 strikeouts. Edwin Diaz navigated another scoreless 9th for his 18th save. Dominic Smith had the only multi-hit game for the Mets, including a double. With the offense scuffling during a 4-game losing streak heading into Sunday, the Reds were able to get back in the win column with a late-inning rally before prevailing in walk-off fashion. After getting blanked the first 7 innings, Matt Reynolds tied the score in the 8th with an RBI single before pinch hitter Brandon Drury hit a go-ahead 2-run double. Atlanta fought back to tie in the 9th, but the Reds walked it off in the bottom of the frame on Albert Almora Jr.'s RBI single. Luis Castillo went 7 strong innings, allowing 1 run on 6 hits and 1 walk, while striking out 6. Hunter Strickland was charged with a blown save for allowing 2 runs in 1 inning of work, but also ended up the win. Almora Jr. had the only multi-hit game for the Reds, while Joey Votto walked twice. Even though the Reds have played respectable baseball since their 3-22 start, they look overmatched by a well-rounded team like the Mets. New York has been one of baseball's best defenses throughout the season, while Walker is quietly having a terrific season that is overshadowed by some of his rotation mates. Health has often been a bigger question mark than ability for Walker, and he seems to be at full strength this season, with a 70 ERA 80 FIP. With an offense that ranks 6th in baseball, with a 109 WRC+, plus a decent bullpen in support, the Mets are going to be tough to beat when Walker is on the hill. Green has a ton of talent, but is still a little wild with a walk rate nearing 10%, which doesn't pair well with one of the worst HR9 allowed in baseball. The Mets have brought in big profits for bettors all season and can keep rolling in this matchup against the Reds. Our total pick is over 9.5 runs. And here is why. The Mets are averaging 4.78 runs per game and 4.70 runs per game on the road. They average 2.67 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Reds. With Cincinnati giving up 5.97 runs per game at home, the Mets will go over their average in this game. The Reds are averaging 4.30 runs per game and 5.30 runs per game at home. They averaged 5.67 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Mets. With New York giving up 4.50 runs per game on the road, the Reds will score enough runs to push the score over the total. San Diego Padres vs Seattle Mariners. Our team pick is Padres, minus 1.5 runs. And here is why. Much like has been the case the past few seasons, a slow start was the talk of the first few months of action in Seattle. It wasn't long ago that they found themselves in the bottom of the AL West, though a nice surge of late has them inching closer and closer to wild card consideration. The Astros seem to be running away with the division, but that hasn't deterred Seattle's ability to find some confidence and momentum. They've gone 7-3 in their last 10 games, and even with a losing record on the road, have put themselves in a position to not be as daunted during those moments. After being swept last season against the Padres, they'll want nothing more than to flip the script in the opening rematch of 2022. A rough stretch, highlighted by a road trip closing out in Los Angeles, has seen the Padres fall slightly back in the NL West standings. While once neck and neck with the Dodgers, their losing record over the last 10 games still has them steadily in second place, though grabbing a series win against the Mariners could help shift momentum and confidence back into the positive direction. San Diego has found a great deal of success at home, and after a tough stretch, it can't be understated how much playing in front of the home crowd could mean to this team. In what is expected to be a competitive game, the Padres will have more than enough to come away with a win in this one, especially without the question mark on the mound. Being at home will help as well, and with the wind blowing out and facing a handful of arms that allow the long ball, the Padres should be able to take advantage with the big bats in the middle of their lineup. Adding in Mania being on the mound and all of his experience against Seattle, this one is primed to fall San Diego's way. Additionally, according to Covers.com, the Mariners are 0-4 in the last 4 meetings between the two teams and 2-8 in the last 10 meetings in San Diego. Our total pick is over 8 runs. Both teams have been playing a lot as they have played 29 games in their previous 30 days, so the pitching staffs have to be a bit fatigued here. However, these offenses have been able to produce runs as the Mariners are averaging 3.55 runs per game in that span, while the Padres are scoring 4.93 runs per game in that stretch. They are doing incredibly well as they are able to draw walks and keep having base runners as Seattle is drawing the majors with 292 walks so far, while San Diego is 5th in the sport with 279 walks up to this point. Cleveland Guardians vs Detroit Tigers second game. Our team pick is Guardians for the win. And here is why. The Cleveland Guardians continue to defy the odds and remain in the thick of the AL Central Division race, trailing the Twins by just 2 games following a rough weekend against the Yankees. Cleveland was outscored 17-5 in a Saturday doubleheader sweep as the Bronx Bombers blasted 4 home runs in the 2 games. On Sunday, however, Triston McKenzie came to life by throwing 7 innings of one-hit baseball and kept the Yankees off the scoreboard in a 2-0 Cleveland victory. After struggling through the month of June with an ERA hovering near 7, McKenzie found the form he showed in the beginning of the season. DH Franmil Reyes did all the damage with a solo home run and an RBI single to lead the Guardians. The Tigers continue to struggle in the standings, dropping 2 out of 3 games to last place Kansas City over the weekend and now holding a slim 1-game lead over the Royals to keep themselves out of the basement in the AL Central Division. The Tigers' offense continues to be the biggest weakness of the team as they scored just 9 runs total in the 3 games. Short of a dramatic win on Saturday, thanks to back-to-back home runs by Victor Reyes and rookie sensation Riley Green to walk off a 4-3 win, the Tigers would have been swept and in last place after the weekend. On Sunday, Tarik Skubal lost his 5th straight start and was unable to get through the 5th inning in a 7-4 Tigers loss. Skubal's ERA has jumped over 4 for the season thanks to this rough stretch. The Guardians should have a distinct advantage in the nightcap, with the Tigers turning to a bullpen game likely in the opener. With that in mind, Fido may be forced to pitch deeper into the game even if things are not going well. In his last 3 starts, Fido has not pitched through the 5th inning in any of the starts. The Tigers may be forced to save the bullpen and keep Fido out there longer even if he is being hit hard. The Guardians will have Quantrill on the mound, and he has failed to last at least 5 innings just once this season. Quantrill will be able to push the Guardians into the deeper innings and set the stage for Clace to close out. Also consider that the Guardians have been a better road team than home team this year and should have their way with Fido. Our total pick is under 8.5 runs. And here is why. Neither of these offenses has been overly impressive. Cleveland ranks 19th, averaging 4.4 runs per game, while Detroit ranks 30th at just under 3.1 per contest. Aside from Jose Ramirez, both offenses are pretty void of power, with each ranking in the bottom 4 in home runs per game. Zach Plesac has been pitching excellently of late, allowing just 2 earned runs in his last 18 innings across 3 starts. Look for him to keep it rolling against the light-hitting Tigers. While Garrett Hill is a mystery at this point, his elite strikeout rate at AAA suggests he may be able to hold his own at the big league level. Expect him to post a decent debut.